Hello Starseeds, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, I would just like to say welcome. Really quick, you guys, if you don't want to listen to the intro of this video because I think it's going to be a little bit long, just skip forward to the portion of this video where I talk about knowing. The part of this video where I actually get into the video is when I address the knowing aspect. Okay, I just have a few things that I want to address, a few items, a few thank yous, and that's about it. If you want to listen to the intro, then stay right where you are. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone that has donated by karmic currency or that has donated time. Now, for those of you that are new and have no idea what the hell I'm talking about when I'm talking about time donations are written letters that are mailed to me. Those are time donations, okay? And karmic currency is donating using money. Also, I would like to thank everyone that has ordered a numerology or a card reading from me. You guys are amazing, and I love you guys. Thank you, all of you guys. Thank you. And if you're interested in any of the services that I offer, then all of the information is in the description below. All of my videos, everything that I read in a numerology report is listed in the description area. My email is in the description area, my address is in the description area, and a whole bunch of other information about me and what I have to offer is also in the description area below this video and below all my videos on my channel. Now, if you're watching this video on Higher Self's channel, please come to my channel, Witchy Vibes 11, and comment on my video on my channel, because people are commenting on the videos that she features on her channel and I don't get the notifications. It's not that I'm ignoring you guys, I just don't get notified when you comment on her channel. So my video is playing on her channel, and just because you comment on that video doesn't mean that I automatically get the notification. I don't get the notification because that's not my channel. Higher Self promotes people's videos on her channel. So the only way I'll know that I got messages or comments is if I actually go on to her channel and scroll down through the comments, which I do for the first, maybe the first week that I find out that she featured one of my videos. And I'll try to comment and keep up, but then some of you guys come over to my channel and I'm bopping back and forth. It's just a lot easier for me to answer your comments if you comment on my channel, because I have a lot of stuff going on. I have a lot of emails that I'm catching up with. I'm doing readings, I'm doing numerology readings, card readings. Plus, I'm also being Gabbie. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter. You know, I have things that I do in my regular everyday life, and then I'm working on content and videos and editing and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, it would just be a lot easier if you guys just popped on over to my channel and just commented under the same video that she's featuring and left your comments there, and I can address you there, or you can email me. I just want to send a shout out to Higher Self. Thank you so much for featuring my videos. You have helped me grow my channel so much. You're amazing and I love you. Thank you. Also, you guys, I have noticed something that had made me feel some type of way. I had to address this. There are some negative Nancys out there attacking me. It's not right. They're attacking me. They're writing very cruel comments. Not on my channel, but on the channels that feature me, okay? Normally, I usually ignore this. I knew that as my channel would grow, this would most likely happen. I didn't know it would actually hurt. Like, I knew that, you know, people would probably voice their opinion and I'd be like, whatever, give it a thumbs up and a heart or whatever, and just move along. But I didn't think it would trigger me, and I've been triggered to respond. I don't normally respond to anything negative. I usually just, like I said, thumbs up, heart, and I just, I just keep it moving. But I felt like some of the comments that I received on my last video featured on another channel needed an explanation. And, you know, I meditated over it, and my guides told me not to bother responding to any more of the negative comments because it lowers my vibration. And maybe that's their intention. I don't know. Maybe their intention was to lower my vibration and trigger me and to get me, you know, to light a fire under my ass. I don't know. So basically, you guys, when I'm doing these videos, I'm sharing. I share my experience and my knowledge with you guys. This is, you know, this may not resonate with everyone, and that is 100% a-okay. It's not meant to resonate with everybody, okay? My frequency may not match your frequency. My intention is not to lower your vibration. Now, if I say anything that you disagree with, please don't watch the video and just stop watching it. Just click on another video, watch one of my other videos, or, you know, watch somebody else's video. Now, by writing comments or giving the video a thumbs down only creates clickbait. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I looked into it and I found out that when you guys are commenting, no matter if it's positive or negative, and if you guys are leaving a thumbs up or thumbs down, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. It's creating clickbait. Mostly when you, not mostly, but for the most part, when people see a video that has a lot of thumbs down, it's like a trigger. You're triggering people to see why there's a thumbs down on that video. It's piquing their curiosity. It's human nature. No matter if it's a positive or a negative video, it still generates in the progress report, okay? And it's counted as a view. So ultimately, I should be saying thank you to you guys. But that would be my third dimensional self, my ego self being an asshole. My videos, you guys, they are done with love. They're posted with love. They're recorded with love. So even if you don't like me or you don't like my videos or the message or whatever, just know I still love you. I understand. I do. You know, I've been there. Sometimes I still fall back there. I'm only human. We are mirrors. And sometimes when we look in the mirror, we don't like what we see. Remember, just because I share my knowledge and I'm kind and I make videos, and I make these videos about spiritual growth and esoteric stuff, it doesn't make me a monk or an ascended master or a saint. You know, you guys, I'm not Jesus. I'm still a human and I still get triggered. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness, okay? Rising above the ego and judgment is a challenge. Don't get it twisted. It's a challenge. And I'm still being challenged. I'm still being triggered. And I know this because I was triggered by my last video. Now, it doesn't mean that I won't speak my mind. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I guess it just depends on the frequency that I'm holding that day, because your frequency changes every day. Hell, it changes throughout the day. It doesn't just change every day. You can wake up and have one frequency, and then by lunchtime, you're vibrating at a different frequency. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on what my frequency is. Anyways, I just had to throw that out there. You know, my ego wanted to speak her mind, so I had to let it go. I had to let her say what she needed to say, and now it's done. Just know that my videos are posted out of love. They're made out of love, and I'm not here to lower anybody's vibration or mislead anybody. So if you feel that my information is not resonating with you, if you feel that it's misleading in any way, or if you feel that I'm not speaking my truth, then don't watch my video. It's that simple. Just click off my video and go watch somebody else's video, because I'm not meant to resonate with everyone. I'm only meant to resonate with those who resonate with me. And I want to throw something else out there. I'm really sorry about the lighting. My lighting sucks. I really need to figure out this whole lighting and sound thing, because if it's not the sound, it's the lighting. And if it's not the lighting, it's the sound. Now, I just posted a video not too long ago. Ascension doesn't come without a price. Yes, I just posted that video, and it was featured on Higher Self. And I spoke about pain as we ascend and transform and shift into other dimensions. Now, you guys, in this video, I wanted to talk about some of these symptoms in more detail, okay? And here is my list of ascension symptoms that I experience or have experienced to help validate what you might be experiencing. Now, this list is long, so I invite you to come back to this video as a resource or save it in one of your playlists or make notes. If you feel strange symptoms over the next few weeks or months or even years in your own bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, you can refer back to this video as a resource. Really, really quick, you guys, side note, the symptoms listed that I'm going to talk about may or may not be attributed to this ascension process. So please check with your doctor just to be safe. If your doctor gives you a clean bill of health, then it's most likely the ascension that's causing you to feel the way that you feel. The best professional to see, in my opinion, would be a holistic health practitioner. If you're in the Western New York area, I can email you some information of the holistic health healer that I see in my area. Now, a holistic health doctor or a healer, they will go into detail about your symptoms. They will look for the root cause of your symptoms. Okay, they will check everything. They'll check your hormones, your vitamin levels, your mineral levels. They'll check everything, you guys, everything in your body. They'll check it. They'll get to the root of this. And they will also talk about ascension, okay? And they won't be like your typical Western doctor and send you home with Prozac. Okay, so moving on to my list, you guys. When you start to awaken and transform, it usually starts with a knowing. You just know, or you sense intuitively that something is happening to your body. You have an unusual feeling that you just can't explain, and you sense your body responding differently to things like your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual body. Everything's changing. Everything's different. And we'll go over all of those side effects and symptoms in just a moment. You may feel at times like you're losing your mind or you're going crazy. This was me years ago. I always thought I was crazy. I wanted to check myself into a crazy institution. I thought I was hallucinating. I thought I was losing my mind. I just thought I was going nuts. So with all these symptoms, you start to feel this unknown or uneasy feeling that they're just difficult to explain. You really just can't explain how uneasy and how difficult these feelings feel when you are going through the knowing stage, okay? This knowing will send you Googling information, and chances are that's how you ended up here, because you were just Googling all of these things that are happening to you. Now, the second one on my list is physical problems. This one's a huge one. Well, all of them are huge, but this one's a huge one. Physical problems. Things like burning sensations, itchy skin, rashes, swollen hands and feet, red hands and feet, tingling sensations in your hands, tingling sensations in your arms, legs, or even your feet, aches and pains throughout your whole entire body. And these aches and pains, they're not all the time. They come and go, you know, whenever. It's like 1 minute you're fine, and then the next minute your muscles hurt. You'll experience soreness or stiffness in the joints and muscles, and even your bones. you know, you experience all of this for no reason, no apparent reason. You know, it's not like you are experiencing these aches and pains because you were like in a car accident or you got injured in some way, or, you know, it's not that you're experiencing these symptoms because you just worked really hard at the gym. Maybe you don't even go to the gym. These things just happen. Like one minute you could just be sitting on the sofa, you're fine, and then all of a sudden you go to stand up and you're like, oh damn, my knees hurt, and you don't even know why. Another symptom is being fatigued. The trigger spots for me for these aches and pains are they're always in the neck, they're always in the shoulders, they're in my back, they're in my upper, between my shoulder blades, and they're in my lower back, and sometimes I even feel it in places on my spine. My spine will feel like, it'll feel like, sometimes I feel like somebody's squeezing my spine, and then there's times where it just feels like my spine is bruised, like I fell and I bumped it on something, but I didn't fall and I didn't bump it on anything. You know, these are the fibro trigger spots, you know, the shoulders, the lower back, the hips, and stuff like that. And it's really rough, you know. Also, you may experience pressure and pain in and around the head. And, you know, this is another big one for me. It happens to me all the time. It's so frustrating. But I'm kind of used to it. But if you're not used to it, it can be very frustrating, especially if you keep going to the doctors and they keep telling you you're fine. And you're like, but, you know, I'm experiencing all of this, you know, pressure in my face area, because that's what I experience. I feel like I'm always coming down with a sinus infection, but I'm not. You know, I get the pressure in my face area, including, you know, my head, my skull, my eyes. I get pressure in my ears, my sinuses fill up, my teeth hurt because my sinuses feel like they're, I don't know, they're swollen or something, and it's making my teeth feel like they're swelled up. I just know that my teeth feel affected. Like I can feel it in my gums sometimes, and I feel it when I eat. I can feel like this weird pressure feeling in my mouth. It's weird, but around my gums. Some people even experience their fillings hurting or falling out prematurely. Also, you may experience pinpricks on the top surface of your skin or electrical shocks. Feeling very tired, like you could just literally curl up and sleep anywhere, like on a bench in Central Park or on the train or by a tree, on the sidewalk. Now I'm talking like narcoleptic symptoms, like narcolepsy. Like you're just like, and you pass out. You could just literally just go to sleep anywhere. I've been there. Like it's hard. You just be like here and you're just like, you find yourself nodding off and you're just so tired. But I know that when I feel like that, if I could just close my eyes for 5 minutes, I'll be okay. But I got to give myself at least 5 minutes to nod off and just like, I don't know, recharge, recoup, something. Just give myself a moment to just, I don't know, a break. Like my brain needs a break. My whole like nervous system is like shut down and let me, you know, reboot. That's probably what it is. It's like a rebooting. Also, if you're like me, you may feel warming energies around you, like tingling feeling. When I say warming energies, it's like, have you, like, go like this with your hands really hard or really fast, and then put your hands by your face, but don't touch your face, but just put your hands by your face for a second and go in and out. You'll start to feel the warming sensation. That's the warming sensation that I feel around my whole body sometimes. Most of the time when I feel those sensations, it's because we're getting, ooh, that was weird. I'm home alone. I know I have cats, but that sounded like a door shut. It's creepy. It's gotta be the cats. They're wild. Oh, what was I saying before I got interrupted? Oh, that warming sensation that I feel is like, for me, that's a telltale sign that some energy is coming in, like some solar energy, geomagnetic energy, stuff like that. Those are the signs that I get. So that warming sensation is one of the signs that I get. You may experience tingles on your skin, like tingling feeling, and not just on your fingertips, all over your skin, on the like the surface of your skin, and random spasms, rushes of energy, twitches and jolts, like you'll just be sitting there and you just like jump. It happens to me. I'll be watching TV and all of a sudden my whole body will just like jolt. It's weird because you don't even get a warning that your body's about to jump. And that has happened to me out in public, and it's kind of embarrassing because you don't know how to explain what just happened to you. It's just like your body jumped and you kind of just like play it off and you like stretch and you're like, woo. These symptoms, blame it on the Ascension, you guys. Headaches and migraines. That's another big one, you guys, because these headaches and migraines they're not like any migraine and headache. These ones, they don't respond to medicine. You can't just pop a Tylenol or an ibuprofen or a Motrin or whatever you take to cure your headache, because it won't work. It doesn't work. But I find that taking magnesium has helped tone down the pain of the migraine and the length of the migraine. And actually, since I've started taking my magnesium every day now, I've increased my dose. I used to only take one a day, now I take two. And I haven't, knock on wood, haven't gotten a migraine yet this month since I've increased my magnesium. But again, getting migraines can also means something is going on with your hormones. Sorry, I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, so sometimes migraines can indicate something is going on with your hormones or your endocrine system. So that's like a little bit of a red flag to kind of maybe talk to your female doctor, if you're a woman, your gynecologist, and just have them test your hormones to make sure that one hormone's not making too much of another hormone, or not enough of a hormone or something causing you to have those headaches. I mean, that has been my experience in the past. Maybe that still is my experience because I don't have a thyroid, so I have to regulate a lot of things in my body by taking this synthetic levothyroxine pill. So maybe that just throws my body off of balance. But it doesn't help as we're going through this ascension and we're getting hit with all these energies, and my body is like trying to balance itself out. Everything is just wacky and wonky, and it's really a challenge to get everything communicating with one another and balanced and realigned. Also, this is a good one. You may notice that your hair and nails are growing faster or changing in texture, which for me is a good thing because I like long nails, I like long hair, I cut my hair all the time, but I like when it grows out and it gets to a longer length. I have to cut my hair all the time because I'm always dyeing my hair and destroying it, so I have to cut off the damaged pieces. So it makes me happy when it grows in faster, so then I can re-dye my hair and damage it some more. Just kidding. But yeah, I like long nails. I noticed that my nails have been growing faster and the texture of my hair has changed. I have a really thin, fine hair. And also, yeah, I do. I color my hair and all that, and it probably makes it more thin or whatever. But I noticed that even with dyeing my hair, the texture of my hair, it starts to feel not thicker, but thicker. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Fuller. Maybe I'm just growing more thin, fine hair, and it's just growing in to feel more full. I don't know. But I definitely do notice a huge difference in the texture of my hair and how fast my hair and nails are growing. Also, if you guys are observant, you may even notice glitter on your hands, your face, your neck, your arms. Not that it's glitter, they're crystals. You are literally turning into a crystalline being. You're purging out and sloshing off all of this third dimensional crap in your body. You are a third dimensional carbon base human. Okay, and we're changing. We're moving into a lighter crystalline body. So that's why we're going through this transformation. And a lot of these things in our body are changing because we are going through this shift and we're moving into another dimension. And in order to do that, we have to become lighter. So these things, we have to go through this transformation. And one of the things that you may notice is seeing little pieces of crystal in your skin. And the way you can do that is by going outside in the sunlight and looking at your hands and your arm. Take your cell phone, the light of your cell phone, and go over your hand, the top of your hand, your arm. And if you see the crystals on your skin, let me know. Send me the video of the proof. I did do a video on it. If you want to learn more about this crystalline being and change, there is another woman on YouTube. Her name is Taylor T, or is it T Taylor? Taylor T, I think it is. She goes into 100% detail, like full detail of this transformation of changing into the crystalline body. Other people call it Morgellons or Morgellons. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's more something. And she also talks about that too in her video. Again, her name is Taylor T, and she has been documenting her transformation since she noticed it. And I mean, she goes into full detail. She's probably the only person I've ever known, or I haven't met her, so known, that has this much detail about their own transformation. And she has gone as far as buying a microscope and taking things off of her skin and finding things and putting them under a microscope and showing you guys. And they look like, it looks like little pieces of microchips on our skin being flaked off. Well, not my skin, but her skin being flaked off. And she puts it under a microscope and it just looks like pieces of stuff that you would find in your computer with a microscope. It's bizarre, you guys. It's crazy. But I love her channel. She has a lot of interesting information. And she's very humble and down to earth, and she's a cool chick. So just go check her channel out. I will you know what? I'll share her link to one of her videos down below in the description area, so you guys don't have to go searching for her. Just, you know, just in case you can't find her, then boom, problem solved. Link will be in my description area. Okay, so the third thing on my list is vision. Okay, your vision. General changes in vision and perception is a symptom, side effect, thing that will affect you as you go through this ascension. And you may see things like little glimpses of sparkles in your peripheral vision. In the corner of your eye, you might see something sparkle or twinkle or something, and you look and it disappears. Or you look and you might even see it for a second and then it disappears. I get these in the corner of my eye. Sometimes I get it lingering above my head, just enough where I can see it in my peripheral vision. And sometimes I don't look directly at it because I know if I do, it'll go away. So I'll look at it like this and I can see it up there, and I'll watch it as it moves. It even changes colors. Sometimes it's pink and then it'll change to purple or blue or green or all white, or then it'll turn really, really bright, like a silver sparkle light, and then it will just disappear. So you may see cool things like that. You might even see orbs of light in real time with your eyes. I know that I've caught them with my real eyes, but I've also recorded them with my camera. And if any of you guys want to see what orbs look like, I have them documented and posted on my YouTube channel in my playlist listed, you know, orb videos 2015, 2016, 2017, all the way up to the current time now. I might even have orb videos from 2014. I can't remember. I think I do. But yeah, if you guys want to see some orbs in action, go check out my videos because I have some really awesome orbs. I have some that actually come right up to my camera and they're hovering, and then they're going down my leg and they're like checking me out, and they come back up and they're just hovering there. They're really cool. And maybe I'll post one of my favorite ones down in the description area, and then that will lead you over to some more of my videos. So after you watch that one and you want to see more and you're skeptical, you can go check out the other videos. Okay, so moving on. Also, I and some other people struggle with dry eyes and itchy eyes. I have Graves' disease. It's one of the side effects. And dry eyes, itchy eyes, blurry eyes is all symptoms for me. And it may be symptoms for you too. Also, you may see like a haze where it just looks like smoke or a hazy fog coming in. And sometimes that hazy fog will be white, gray, it could be pink. It can be, those are the colors I've experienced. I think I've even seen it in like a lightish blue. You may even start to see static-like energy in the air. It's most likely that you are seeing energy. When I see energy, I can see it. It's like, have you ever seen a sidewalk on a hot summer day and you see that wave going over the sidewalk, just bouncing up and down? That's the way I see energy around people, around objects, and sometimes in general, just in like here in the middle of nowhere, I'll start seeing like this wavy thing just like moving around. And I just think it's energy or it's spirit when I see it alone just moving across. But sometimes I'll see the whole room just fill up. And there'll be times when I ask my husband, do you see that? Why is it smoky in here? Is it smoky in here? Does it look smoky in here to you? It looks foggy in here. And nobody else sees it but me. It's bizarre. But again, we all see energy differently, and it's because of our frequency. So it depends on what our vibration is and what our frequency is. Sometimes we won't see it because we are not vibrating high enough to see it. And sometimes we're vibrating high enough to see it, and then we start to see it differently and form differently, just depending on the frequency that you're absorbing at that moment when you're witnessing the energy that you're seeing. Some people see it swirling, some people see it drifting, some people see it, you know, in lines and wavy lines. There's a whole bunch of ways that you can see energy. We're all different and we all see things differently because it's how we perceive it. Also, you may start to see auras around people, and not just people. You can see auras or lights around people, animals, trees, rocks, in nature. It's not just people. It could be animals and nature, and it can also be things like objects. Like you might see energy around your dresser or your bed. You know, everything has energy. Everything is energy. You also may start to experience a sense of physical disorientation. I've experienced everything that I'm telling you, you guys, I've experienced all of this, and my eye exam did not show any changes in my vision. The eye pressure, everything, I don't have any cuts or lesions or what are I don't have any nerve damage or anything like that in my eye. Everything in my eyes are normal except for I have Graves' disease, which does affect your eyes, and it's actually only affected my left eye, this eye. I don't know if you guys can see it. Most of the time I wear a hat because either I'm having a bad hair day or a bad eye day. This eye is a little bit bigger, it protrudes out a little bit more. It gives me a lot of trouble. I'm having a flare-up of some sort. I've been having a flare-up of some sort for the last week now, and all of this area is fat and puffy, and it feels bruised. Like it feels like I got hit in the eye with something. I have a bruised feeling right here, and my lighting is actually pretty awesome today because it's hiding the imperfection of my eye. Can't really see it. There's imperfection there, you guys. But and the tissue, I have this mass of tissue. Wow, my light is really blurring me out. Like I'm like this white blob. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't get my lighting right. But I have this mass that sticks out of my eye. I had one here. I had 2 surgeries already on my left eye. They did something with the tissue that was sticking out there. He did something under my eye. Now, you guys, in April, I'm going through an orbital decompression. So I'm so scared. I Googled it, and I should have never Googled. I watched YouTube videos on it, and I am so scared. I am so scared. I have no other words other than I am so scared, because that's my eye. And he's going to go into my eye and break some bone in my eye socket. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it, because like I just want to cancel it, but I know that it's going to cause more damage if I don't get it done, because it's doing things to my eye. And I don't know, the way he explained it is it can cause nerve damage in the long run if I don't fix it now. So while I'm still young, I guess it's the right thing to do, the smart thing to do. I just really hope that his hands are blessed and he loves his job and he's in a really good mood that day. And I pray that the angels surround me when he does that surgery and my eyeball doesn't go popping out of my head and I don't go blind and nothing else negative happens. You know, I just want my eye to be okay, and I want him to fix the problem. And I just want to be good. So if you guys want to pray for me, all prayers are accepted. But yeah, so for the most part, all of my eye exams have showed that all of these symptoms that I'm getting, they don't know why I see sparks of light or, you know, hazes and energy waves. My eyes are good, other than the Graves' disease. The Graves' disease was created because of my thyroid doing something to my muscles, and it makes the muscle in your eye large. That's it. I don't know. Another symptom that you guys may experience, that I experience, is at times you'll additionally feel very ungrounded, or like you're kind of like you're phasing in and out of reality, of this reality. And I feel that phasing, my phone, I feel that phasing is you shifting in and out of dimensions. It's like third dimension, fourth dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension. It's like you have a foot in each dimension. So your body is just like your soul or something is just phasing. You're going through the phasing stage. And when I first started to go through that stage, I did not like that feeling. I'm used to it now, but when I first started going through it, I didn't like that feeling. When I first felt it, I experienced it. When I experienced that feeling, it sent me into full panic mode. I was like, oh my God, what is going on with me now? Because there was a period in my life where everything hit me all at once, and the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with me, but I'm experiencing all of this crazy stuff. And then this new symptom hit me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm dying and they can't even find it. And it would happen to me when I would walk to the mailbox, and it was just like a weird feeling. And then I would just go and start to panic, and my anxiety would kick in, and it was just bad, you know? So I just want to let you guys know that if this happens to you and you have a clear bill of health and your doctor says you're okay, just know that you're going to be okay. Just sit down, take a moment, breathe. Breathing is the most important thing you could do. Well, the second most important thing you do. The first important thing you could do is drop the fear, okay? Have no fear. Drop the fear. Sit down, breathe, take a moment, and tell yourself, this soon shall pass. It won't last that long. It won't. A lot of the times, these symptoms, they either last anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to a day, okay? And then they come and go, and they come and go. And just tell yourself, this soon shall pass, and you'll be okay. And just take a few deep breaths, and then go about your day. Symptom number 4 on my list. I think I'm at number 4. Your heart will be affected. This one, I want to talk about your heart. It's connected to Gaia. Gaia is Earth, and she's changing. Earth is changing, and therefore we are changing. When she ascends, we ascend. When she's going through, you know, she's going through like all of these shifts and these changes and all of this activity that's going on, that's affecting us. It's affecting everything about us. We're connected to Earth, okay? And anytime that there is high electromagnetic energy hitting the Earth, or high electrical storms or anything like that affecting the Earth, that affects us, and it affects our heart. You could feel it in your heart. Now, this is a scientific fact, okay? So I feel that talking about the heart is very important. This one to me is very important, because if you cannot open your heart chakra and embrace the changes, okay? And when I say embrace the changes, I'm talking about the ascension, the change, the shift, and do a simple lifestyle change. This one could be fatal. This is not fear porn. I'm not trying to scare you guys. This is just knowledge. Knowledge is power. This is knowledge for you guys. Many people that I know personally that has stayed in a low vibration. People in a low vibration are people that are constantly complaining, constantly unhappy, politicking, and or, you know, just plain negative, have transitioned to the other side. Not transitioned in the ascension. Transitioned as in, excuse me, I have really bad heartburn, and all of a just suddenly I just have really bad heartburn. Talking about the heart, and I have heartburn, but it's like heartburn. It's like heart bang, because it's like right there. I don't even know what I ate. I didn't really eat anything to cause this. Anyways, so I'm not talking about people that has transitioned, you know, in the ascension. I'm talking about transitioned to the other side, like they died, okay? By way of heart attack, heart failure. The heart is under a lot of stress, okay? We as humans go through stress every single day of our life. Our lives are stressful. No matter who you are and how much money you have, our lives are stressful. Now, a lot of stress is not good for you, okay? It's not good for your heart. To ease this stress, try not to stress. I know it's hard to not stress in a stressful world, but you really have to teach yourself to not stress. Sorry, my phone rang. It was my husband. So, yeah, try not to stress and be negative and mean. Try not to be so mean all the time. You know, you can let your guard down and lighten up, loosen up, stop watching the news. That's a big one. I stopped watching the news a couple years ago. I don't watch the news. My husband watches it. I hear it every once in a while, and I'm like, wow, nothing's changed. It's gotten worse. He tries to share stories with me about the news, and I just tell him, you know, I try to tell him as kindly as I can that I'm not interested. Like, I acknowledge it. I don't totally ignore the news. Like, I acknowledge it, and I know what's going on out there, and I just like send love and light to everybody out there that's going through all this stuff. But a lot of the times what the news is pushing out is just propaganda and lies and fear. So yeah, you know, just stop watching the news, you guys, and stop following politics. So like, I wish you guys could feel and know the understanding that I feel and know. Politics is a game. Oh, you saw that? It was like an orb. Politics is a game. It's here to divide and conquer and lower your vibration and cause fear. Okay? The president has no real power. It's the power, it's the elites, the powers that be, the government. That's the power. And they're the ones that are controlling us and our president. Just drop the politicking. You know, I wish we can go back home to our mothership or our star planet, because back home they don't have politics like this. They have it's like a panel of elders. And I wish our earth had a panel of elders. I read recently that the indigenous people from this planet thousands of years ago, like the natives and stuff like that, they had each tribe had a chief, okay? And that's who you went to. There was the chief, the medicine man or woman. You know, each tribe had their own like panel of elders, for say. And that's who you went to for advice or help, or, you know, just to get your general knowledge. They weren't there to keep you as a slave, lower your vibration, And everybody worked together as a family, as a community. Everybody helped each other, traded with each other, and everything was done in love. And right now, the way we live on Earth is not done with love. And we need to change that. We need to raise our vibration. And you need to open your heart chakra. When you start to go through this awakening, the first chakra, for me, the first chakra was my heart chakra to open. It wasn't like my third eye. Well, I guess it could have been like the third eye and the heart chakra together, because knowing was one of the first things that that led me to know consciously what was going on. So yeah, I guess that is your third eye. But your heart chakra is one of the first chakras to open up when you go through this awakening. So you need to open your heart chakra and allow the love in, and drop the judgmental BS, and drop the divide and conquer BS, and the matrix 3D bullshit. Okay? And you will be okay. You'll be better than you are now if you're doing all that politicking 3D matrix BS crap. If you drop all that, you'll be a little bit better than you were. And you'll release some of those blockages from your heart chakra. And you'll live longer, happier, and healthier just by opening your heart chakra and allowing love in. Allow yourself to be a little bit more vulnerable, because a lot of us are very vain and we have a lot of pride, and I was one of those people, and I would not show anybody my vulnerable side because I felt like it was a sign of weakness. And it's not about having or being in a sign, being weak. Being vulnerable is really not a bad thing. It allows other people in to your life, and those other people could help you. They can be a catalyst for you to change something huge in your life. So stay away from low vibrational drama, low vibrational situations and stuff like that, and just open your heart chakra, you guys. Allow the love in. Some of the other symptoms that you guys may experience with your heart are things like heart palpitations or heart flutters, not related to exercise or any medical conditions. As you raise your vibrations, for me, this is an indication of that spirit is close by. When I start to feel that fluttering or palpitation, when I get that, aligned with a headache, both of those at the same time, and some of the warm sensation on my skin, that's either energy is coming in of some kind or spirit is close to my body. And when spirit is close to my body, chances are I'll either see them, feel them, or hear them. I'm very sensitive to energy. So I feel it in many ways, and I have a lot of telltale signs that I'm aware of now that I wasn't before, but I am aware of now because I was journaling, and now I know what certain symptoms mean when I start to feel them. I know what's coming in or what's here, and or why I'm receiving that symptom or side effect at that moment. I have a lot of heart palps, and for a long time it scared me. I thought I was having heart problems, but my cardiologist, he gave me a clear bill of health, and he said, you have a healthy heart. You're doing fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Eat right, and you'll be fine. And all of these feelings and symptoms that you feel will definitely trigger periods of sudden nervousness or anxiety that comes and goes spontaneously for no apparent reason at all, or because you may be, sensitive to energy like me. Maybe you just don't know it, and by watching this video, it triggered something into you that made you have an aha, that's what it is kind of moment. And from here on out, maybe you can start journaling and keeping track of it. And, you'll get some clarity, the longer that you journal and, you walk this path. And you'll see that it's not anything that's terminal. You're not sick. You don't have anything really, really wrong with you. These are just ascension symptoms. And this video may help you learn how to deal with them. Also, another symptom that is big for me is feeling like my energy is always drained. I'm always feeling like I have no energy. Unexplainable worrying or panic, nervous breakdown sensations, or feeling that you are spiraling out of control, like you just don't know what to do anymore. You're like you're losing your mind. Everything's going crazy. Everything's just happening all at once, and it's just like, what do I do? You know, and if so, again, just sit down, breathe, and tell yourself you're gonna be okay. This soon shall pass. Just give it a little bit of time to pass. You know, acknowledge it. A lot of the times when you acknowledge what's happening to you and you tell yourself you're gonna be okay and it will pass, it'll just stop. Next time any of these things happen to you, do that. Sit down, breathe, tell yourself this will pass, you're okay, and you'll see just how fast a lot of these symptoms will subside and go away. And another big thing for you guys to do is meditate. I know that sounds cliche. I just talked about this in my video, my last video. But meditation is key, you guys. Meditate. It's a great way to make you feel more balanced. When you're feeling out of whack and wonky, it's really a good way to start to balance, you know, your centers, and realign yourself and your energy. And, you know, if you're new at the whole meditation thing, it does take time, but the first step is to try it. Just YouTube some guided meditation videos and, you know, pick one that resonates with you and just listen to it and do it every single day for a month. And a month later, you will definitely notice a change in every aspect of your life. Everything that you're experiencing right now is you're experiencing it because you're out of balance, you're out of alignment. You know, it takes so many years for you to get yourself unbalanced, get yourself unaligned. It's many, many, many years, maybe all of your life. So if you're 40, it took you 40 years to be, you know, this unbalanced, unaligned human being. So of course, all of these symptoms that you're experiencing are going to feel so bad, so strong, and so scary, because everything is shifting and changing in a body that's very unbalanced and very unaligned, and trying to re-regulate itself. So pulling it all back together and coming into alignment and coming back into balance will also take many years. This is not something that happens overnight. So number 5, the fifth thing on my list here is hearing. Your hearing can be affected. I know mine is. I just had tubes put in my ears 10 days ago because of fluid. I keep getting fluid built up in my ear and it won't drain. So they just put tubes in my ears. You may experience heightened sensitivity to sound, phantom noise, phantom music. You may hear unusual sounds or auditory sensations. You may experience ears popping and ringing, leaking, draining, itching. You may hear pings, beeps, tones, frequencies. You might hear whooshing sounds, pulsating sounds. You may feel off balance because if you have water or anything in your ear or fluid in your ear, it can make your equilibrium off, and then you feel like, ooh, you feel dizzy and you don't feel balanced. You may have it will cause you to feel like vertigo. Vertigo makes you feel dizzy. You may feel like your ear is getting infected, like you're getting an ear infection or something. You may have problems with fluid buildup behind your ear like I did. I just got the tubes put in, like I just said. And that will definitely make you feel like, when you get the fluid in your ears, that'll make you feel like you're getting sick or you're catching a cold or coming down with the flu. It causes flu symptoms for some people, not everybody. For me, it did. You might find cold or flu-like symptoms appearing and then disappearing without developing into an actual cold or flu. Meaning, like, for example, today you might feel like, you know, like total shit, okay? And you think you have the flu. And maybe you're even coughing, your ears hurt, your eyes are itchy and watery, your skin feels sore and puffy, your head is hurting, you're very tired, and your muscles are weak and achy. And then you go to bed, and then you wake up tomorrow and you're like, I'm fine. Whoa, what the hell was that yesterday? I felt like I was dying, and today I'm fine. That's the ascension, you guys. This happens to me. This happens to me quite a bit, actually. But I'm used to it. So I really don't pay too much attention to it when it's happening. I embrace it, and I just take care of it. When I feel that way, now, because I've been through this so much, that when I do feel that way, I just take a nice warm Epsom salt bath, and I drink water. I always drink water, but I increase my water intake sometimes when I feel like that. I'll even add lime to my water. I'll increase my vitamin C, vitamin intake, and just rest. The next day, I feel golden. I wake up and I feel fine. I'm doing my yoga, I'm running errands, making videos, whatever. I feel great again. So, I mean, after a while, you'll figure out what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. But when you do feel like you're coming down with a cold or something, just do what you would normally do when you're getting sick. You know, rest, increase your liquid intake, maybe take a nice warm bath, add some Epsom salt to it, because that'll add some minerals to your body that your body is depleting. And, you know, just take care of yourself. Love yourself. When you're coming down with these flu-like symptoms, you might experience things like stuffy head, pressure, sinus and allergy problems, respiratory changes, changes in your body temperatures, maybe a low-grade fever, maybe even just a little bit of not even a real high fever, just like a little bit of an elevation in the temperature. You may feel an increase in sensitivity to heat or the cold. You might have circulation issues, chills or hot flashes, night sweats, you know, and or, you know, waves of heat flashes. Like one minute you're cold, the next minute you're like, it's hot in here, and it's the middle of winter. It's like 25 degrees outside and you're walking around the house in a tank top. You might feel all of this everywhere on your body, okay? You might feel as if you need to take many naps throughout the days. I know that I have my moments when I feel like I need to take a nap, and I do. And sometimes 5, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, that's sufficient enough for me. Sometimes it's all I need. I just need to lay my head down, close my eyes, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And it's kind of like a reboot or something. It's like it's re-energizing me. So if you're tired, your body is telling you, shut down. Maybe you only need to shut down for a moment, but your body's telling you, shut down. It's like your body needs to restart, kind of like your computer when you do like an upgrade to your computer, or you get a download to your computer and you want the whole computer system to recognize this download. You either need to shut your computer off, or you need to restart your computer so it can all function and work together properly. Your body's the same way. So sometimes all these energies are coming in and you don't even know it. You're just living your life, and there's a solar, you know, storm hitting you, or us, the planet, geomagnetic storm hitting the planet. It's affecting you. So if you're tired, your body is telling you, Gabby, you're tired, shut down, restart, you know, shut down, close your eyes, 5, 10 minutes, wake back up, boom, you're reloaded. I don't even know where I'm at on this list. I think I'm at number 6. Number 6, I think, intolerance. This one's a doozy. During this time of the ascension, you might feel a sense of intolerance towards lower vibrational things of the 3D matrix world. And not just things, but people. Reflected in conversations, attitudes, societal structures, healing modalities, etc., etc., etc. Okay? You'll experience emotional sadness or disconnected, deep inner sadness for no apparent reason. You're sad. Feeling lost, and or as if you're someone else. Like, I know I'm Gabby, but today I don't feel like Gabby. I feel like Fred. I don't know. But you know what I mean. You just don't feel like you. You know that you're Gabbie, but maybe you're really Nebula, you know, from out there in the galactic world. And now you're here on Earth in this meat sack, in this skin and bones and blood and tendons and everything else that come along with it, in this third dimensional carbon-based body. You're Gabbie now. It's like, what the hell? Who the hell am I? 1 minute and the next minute. You may feel like you're losing your identity or a loss of your ego. You might feel like your old beliefs are changing, feeling disassociated or fragmented. You might start crying or have, you know, just have tears running down your face and feel sad for no reason at all. You know, this is normal because the other day I laughed because the other day I was just like laying on the couch and I don't know, I was just chilling and the TV was off. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't doing anything. And I was just petting my kitten on his face and I was just looking at him and his whiskers and everything and how tiny he is. And I thought, you know, how sad it was that, you know, they're babies and we take them away from their mothers and all that blah, blah stuff. And, you know, I just started to cry because he was so tiny. I know this is funny. I just started to cry because he's so tiny and helpless. And then all of a sudden I just started laughing at myself because I was crying over how little and tiny my kitten is. And this just came out of nowhere. It was just like, wow, where did that come from? This emotion just like came out of me. I was fine. And then all of a sudden I got all emotional over a kitten. I don't know. You may even start to feel lonely or isolated at times. And you know, this may push you into hermit mode. I know that it pushed me into hermit mode. I went into hermit mode about 4 years ago. And that's when you kind of just like cut everyone out of your life, the whole world out of your life, and you just live in your own little space, your own little bubble, and you really don't go out and do anything with anybody and do nothing anymore. And being a hermit is not a bad thing as long as you don't stay in hermit mode. I mean, it took me 4 years to really get myself balanced and aligned enough to not be a hermit anymore. I really needed that time. I really needed to give myself that time. And you shouldn't put a time limit on it, but I mean, give yourself that time, but don't stay stuck in it because you could get very comfortable in becoming a hermit and that's not very healthy. You need a social life to, you know, we're humans and it's a fact, a scientific fact that you need some kind of social life with other people outside of your home. Not all the time, but sometimes it's good. It adds life to your years. Sometimes you might feel so lonely that you may even feel lonely when you're not even home alone. You might be home with family, friends. You might even have some company over at your house, but you still feel lonely and maybe even depressed because I'll tell you why you're feeling lonely. Even though you have people around you. You're feeling lonely even though you have people around you is because they're not vibrating and matching your frequency. They're not vibrating at your level. You guys, your frequencies are not matching. So when your frequency doesn't match with somebody, you feel distant. You don't feel there's no connection being made because it's hard to make a connection when you guys aren't connecting. You're not vibrating at the same frequency. You're not connecting. So that's been a big issue lately. I've noticed this. I've noticed not just with my friends or people that I know. I hear about this through other people as well, and people share their stories with me and they email me. That people are breaking up. They're breaking up their relationships with their spouses, with their significant other, with their lovers because of there's no connection. They're not, you know, maybe you're going through this whole change and shift in this ascension and your significant other is totally oblivious to this and maybe they're treating you like you're crazy or they're ignoring you or there's just no connection. And, you know, I don't want to say that it's normal, but in a way it is. It's kind of normal because, You know, this ascension is a personal experience, and some people, some souls will disconnect with their loved ones to walk this path. Now, it's not that they want to do this. It's kind of intuitively guided them to do this. It's what they have to do. You know, they can't grow if they're not making a connection, and they're living with somebody that's lowering their vibration. So intuitively, they kind of disconnect and they move on. They get divorced, or break up, or move away, or whatever the case may be. And it's because we're all going through this ascension, or we all will go through this ascension. And it's a very individual, unique path that we walk. And we walk it alone. And along the way, we find or bump into our galactic soul family. And, you know, we share our stories. We re-energize from each other. We exchange love and hope and blessings. And then along we go, back onto our path. This experience triggers it triggered my anxiety, okay? And I have to admit, there was times that I questioned my relationship with my husband, because there's been times when he would get mad that I was doing a video, or didn't understand why I was doing this, or talking about this, or, you know, just talking about spirituality, the growth, the ascension, because it's nothing that is interesting to him. He thinks it's all just stupid. But little by little, I can see that he's warming up to everything. And, you know, he is at a point in his life where I was once in my life. So I understand. And a lot of the times that when he's saying what he says and it sounds mean, I know that he's projecting, you know. He's upset, and I've been there. So it doesn't really trigger me. But it takes, if you're going to stay in a relationship like that, it's going to take you some strength, because if you trigger easily, you won't last. But I want to say that I have good patience, even though sometimes I feel like I have no patience. But I guess it's an understanding, and I love him. So, you know, I don't want to go through this with somebody else, and I really don't want to be alone. Sometimes I like being alone, but I would miss my husband. I would miss my family, and I'm not going to allow the ascension to break me up. But, you know, that's just my path. This is where I'm at, and for whatever reason I'm going through this, the way I'm going through this is not the same way or reason you're going to go through what you're going through. I'm just telling you that I've noticed that there has been people breaking up with their loved ones, and not just their loved ones. I've seen people stop talking to family members because of this, and breaking up family ties because of this, because of the ascension. But you got to remember, this is personal growth. You know, you're born into this world alone, you leave this world alone. So it's not strange that you would walk in this world alone. But you don't always have to be alone. But if you are, that's okay. And I've noticed it. And again, it's okay. Nobody wants to be around people that lower your vibration, and you shouldn't be around people that lower your vibration. I feel that even though my husband sometimes lowers my vibration, I somehow have this way of using my energy to raise his vibration, and we can, you know, balance out each other or something. Or maybe I'm able to I don't know how to explain it. It's really hard when you talk about energy and frequency. Some way, somehow, I'm able to maybe come down to his frequency, or tone down, or tune in to his frequency and hang out there. But then when I feel like it's too low for me, then I can rise my frequency back up. But I also meditate, I do yoga, I take care of myself. So I live in a high vibrational life. So maybe I can afford to expend some of that high energy that I'm living in to, you know, match his frequency. And while I'm doing that, maybe I'm changing his life. I can't force him to go through this ascension and acknowledge it, but maybe I can be a catalyst for him. And one day he will too wake up. I feel that he's going through it. He doesn't want to admit it, but I can see it. But I don't say nothing. I'm just going to let him be and allow him to go through his awakening in his own personal way, because that's what you have to do. You can't force anyone to do anything. We are living in a world that gave us free will. I cannot interrupt his free will. Another symptom that triggers me is crowds of people. It never really used to bother me before. My husband sings for a living. I've done shows where we've been around thousands and thousands of people. You know, we've done meet and greets. We've done small venues where you're in clubs where you're crowded with people, walk through crowds. I've always been in crowds. It never bothered me. And then the last 6 years, I've been very sensitive to crowds. Very like, yee, like, oh, like something's like, all of a sudden I get really snappy and mean and grumpy, and I gotta flee and get away from all of these people and hide, you know. And I started putting on his rider, you know, a VIP area or a changing room that did not allow people to come and sit with us or to be in the room with us, because it was invading my space and I needed a place to not be around so many people. And you know, that kind of worked out for a while, and then it just got to a point where we don't go to shows and do that stuff that we used to do. And that was the last 4 years when I kind of pulled myself out of music, and he seemed to be okay with it. I mean, he's been doing this for over 20 years, so he doesn't care if he was to go into retirement or not. If he gets booked, he gets booked. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's where he stands right now, and I'm okay with that. And sometimes I come across disimpassioned, or like I have no desire to do anything anymore. My friends will call me and they'll be like, "Are you okay? I'm just checking in on you because, you know, I haven't heard from you and I haven't seen you, you know, doing things that you love," because, you know, I was always in the public eye, and now all of a sudden I'm not in the public eye. And same thing goes for my social media. I used to always be on my Facebook posting up little like selfies and every little thing that I was doing throughout the day, what I was eating, stuff like that. Now I'm just like, eh. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not important. I have so many other things that I have going on that is more important. My energy is the most important thing to me, and my health. So if my energy is low, my health is bad. So I guess I just the biggest lifestyle change for me was protecting my energy and protecting my health. And to do that, I just kind of had to pull myself away from a lot of things and people and you know, old habits in my life, and you know, hobbies and stuff like that. But it's all for the good. Also, some other symptoms you may experience. These ones are mine. I've experienced more clumsy behavior. I usually fall going up the stairs, not down the stairs, but going up the stairs. I'm the weirdo that falls going up the stairs. I'm also the weirdo that pulls on doors that say push. What else? I lose my balance. Maybe that's because of my ear, the fluid in my ears. So when I stand up, I feel like, woo, so I lose my balance quite a bit. And I also bump into stuff. Most of the time, it'll be the door frame or the wall because I'm not paying attention. I have a lack of coordination at times. I'm always dropping things. There's times when I feel dizzy or lightheaded. Again, that's probably due to the sinus issues that I have going on. Sometimes I'm jittery or nervous for no apparent reason. I just get that way, especially when I'm overwhelmed by a lot that's going on. I get very jittery and very nervous. It's like sensory overload for me. And it just happens. It just comes and goes. I get moments of memory loss, brain fog. You know, I can't remember what I was just doing or just saying. Sometimes I can't even remember what I did yesterday. It's like, whoa. And this one really scared me. It made me cry. About a year ago, I had a whole meltdown about this. And I tried to talk to my doctor about it. You know, I feel like my doctor doesn't take me seriously. But yeah, I had a whole meltdown about this. I thought this was like early signs of Alzheimer's kicking in or dementia, and I just really got scared. So I started to, do some research about all of this, and, I'm like, I am not getting Alzheimer's. I am not getting dementia. I am not going to lose my mind. I'm not going to forget. I was born forgetting. I'm not going to leave forgetting. So, I just started to take care of myself, and I looked into things like blueberries are helpful for your memory and stuff like that, your brain health. Lion's mane. I started to take these supplements called Lion's mane. It's really good for brain health. So if you're having problems with like brain fog and memory loss and stuff like that, look into some supplements that are good for your brain health. And the Lion's mane has been amazing. I really enjoy it. And, I haven't really had any of those moments in a really, really long time, which makes me happy. So I think it was just, maybe something was going on with the brain tissue, and it was losing the minerals and vitamins or whatever it needs to function properly because of everything that's going on through this ascension. Sometimes you have to look into certain organs of your body and see what it's lacking, and apparently my brain was lacking some love and some lion's mane. I don't know. It was lacking some kind of nutrients that the lion's mane has in it, and so far everything's been great. Oh, also, if you are jumbling your words or you have scattered thinking, that's one of the side effects that I experienced as well. And, again, lion's mane seemed to help out with that. So I talked about relationship changes already, but I didn't mention that these abrupt changes in your relationship don't just affect your relationship. It could affect your relationship, your job, your career, your living environment. You may feel this sudden urge to want to relocate, or your soul might be having this feeling that's drawing you to a particular area or place, another state, another city, another country. You're resonating with certain geographic locations for some reason. That's your soul's urge, okay? Listen to it. It's guiding you. It's talking to you. Those are those sudden signs that we ignore because we are not trained to listen to them. Okay, so listen to that feeling. You're feeling that urge for a reason. Listen to it. That's your higher self communicating with you, okay? My family jokes with me all the time. They call me the family gypsy because I'm always moving. Before I even met my husband and I was touring and traveling with him, I was always moving before that. I was always just like, I would move to Florida, I would move back to New York. In Florida, I would move back to New York. But I would move to different places in Florida. And then I would move back to New York and live in different places in New York. I was never happy living somewhere longer than a year, It's life. You only live once. It's like an adventure. Live it. Love it. No, but there's no rule that says you have to live in this house for 30 years and have only these friends and that's it. Don't limit yourself. Never, ever limit yourself, okay? You're here to live. So live and love it. Enjoy it, okay? But deep down inside, before I didn't know why I would move, I just always had the urge to move around and go to these places and live here and for a certain amount of time, and then I would leave when I felt done, because it's how it always felt. I felt done. I'm over this. And then I would leave again. Now, going through this, being conscious of what I'm going through, I know why I was doing it then, and I know why I was doing it now. It's because, it has to do with coding. Okay, and I go over this coding in my video that I have posted up on my YouTube channel. I'm a Palladian. If you want to know about the coding and get into more detail about what I'm talking about now, just go watch that video. I cover a lot of the coding information in that video and you'll totally understand. Also, as you go through this ascension, things will change for you. Maybe you were like all about the city life and then all of a sudden you connect with nature. Nature wasn't your thing before, but now you like it. You like camping. You like spending time in nature. Anytime you get free, you go hiking or camping or whatever it is, but you find yourself in nature. And now all of a sudden you're connecting to animals, squirrels, birds, chipmunks, rabbits, deer, whatever you see and find out there, all of a sudden you find yourself connecting to it. You know, you've never done this before, but now you are. I never really cared about birds. You know, yeah, they're birds. They're out there. They eat, they fly, whatever. Now, I love birds. I look forward to seeing the birds. I have certain birds that come around me all the time. Blue jays are one of them. I named my blue jay. There's a blue jay that comes to my window in the living room, lands on the windowsill, pecks on it, and makes this loud blue jay squealing noise at the, you know, the squawk that they make, and he gets my attention. When I come in, he stays there. He doesn't fly away. And I named him Bernie. And then there's another one that comes, and I think that's his companion. So I named her Bernice. It's Bernie and Bernice. And they're always landing on the windowsill. So now I feed them, and they always come back, and I talk to him, and he moves his little head around. And he just like looks at me and blinks his eyes, and you know, eats the sunflower seeds, and then he flies away and he comes back. It's like he's talking to me. It's like they're like little messengers from the elementals. I don't know, but there's like a connection there. And I don't just have this connection with blue jays. I have it with crows. I have it with ravens. Ravens are another one. Both blackbirds, and squirrels. There's a squirrel that lives in a tree, and anytime that he or she, I think it's a she, I named her Samantha the squirrel, and she sits on this ledge and she eats her nuts on this ledge close to my bedroom window. So I stand in my bedroom window and I talk to Samantha while she's eating her nuts, and she just like looks at me and, you know, flicks her tail and stuff. But she's always coming to that location. Sometimes she makes these like weird, like cackling, weird noises, whatever squirrels make, those weird squirrel noises. And it's like she's getting my attention to let me know, hey, I'm here, I'm sitting here eating nuts, come talk to me. And, you know, I'll come and open the window and I'll be like, hey, Samantha, what are you doing? And the squirrel just like, it's like she's acknowledging me by the twitch of the tail, and he just kind of looks at me, eats his nuts, and, you know, just stays there. And it's pretty close to me, and, you know, she doesn't scare easily, and she's chilling. So it's weird. It's like this connection with animals that normally would run away if they seen you or heard you. And this connection is not just with animals. It's also with trees and plants. I have this big pine tree in my yard, and I have this big maple tree in my yard. Or no, it's an oak tree. I have this big oak tree in my yard. And I acknowledge them by planting wildflowers around them, putting little cute figurines or little like fairy figurines in the garden. Me personally, I feel that nature is what opened my heart chakra. It's what expanded my heart and made me appreciate everything around me that I'm conscious to today. And this was 4 years ago I moved out here, and I was at awe when I saw it 4 years ago. And today it's just like, it's my go-to place. Synchronicities are also a big thing that you'll experience as you go through this ascension. Chance encounters with unusual or meaningful people entering your life in synchronistic ways. So say that you are going through this ascension and you're wanting to learn. This is an example. Say you're wanting to learn or get into like Reiki healing, and you don't know how to go about it, but you read about it and you're interested in it. The universe has a very strange way of communicating with you when you put the intention out there, the vibration out there. And then all of a sudden this synchronistic thing happens, and you bump into a person at the grocery store that you're standing in line with that is like a Reiki master that teaches classes. And you guys get talking, and this person starts telling you, you know, all about their class and blah, 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 this Reiki, da, 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 and that they mention that they're a teacher. And you're like, whoa, that's so bizarre. I was just talking about how I wanted to get into it and learn about it. And then you guys exchange information, and then you go to class, and you get licensed to do Reiki healing. That's the universe responding to you. Those are those synchronistic messages. Now, the next thing on my list is, I lost track of where I'm at or what number I'm on, but I know we're talking about diet changes right now. Now, changes in your diet and eating habits and digestion will change. You'll get these moments when you'll fluctuate between feeling hungry all the time to having a lack of appetite. And you know, it's frustrating. One minute I want to eat the whole house and everything in it and pig out and just eat. And then the next minute I'm like, nah, I'm not even hungry. I just want to drink water today. You know, your foods and your liquids may begin to even taste differently as your vibration changes. Everything, even your taste buds change, you know. And for me, I could taste the difference in non-healthy crap food. It's like I can taste the processed poison in foods that are not healthy for you. So I don't eat them no more because I don't like them. I don't enjoy them. They're disgusting. You know, for example, I had a sip of my husband's pop the other day. And I don't drink pop. I don't like pop. I think it's nasty. And he was drinking Dr. Pepper, and it was disgusting. It was nasty. I could taste the sugar. It wasn't even real sugar. It was just so gross. I could taste the poisons that was in it, and I was like, ugh. I'll drink water. That's my go-to drink is water and coffee. I love my coffee. Coffee is my weakness. I don't care what anybody says about that. You can post your opinion if you want to and tell me how bad it is. I already know. I'm not going to stop drinking coffee. I like coffee. I cut down my coffee intake. That was good enough. I'm not going to quit drinking coffee. I have to have my coffee. I enjoy it. You know, don't say anything because it's pointless. I already know, you know. Coffee is my earthly drug of choice. So I'm going to continue drinking my coffee. Now, don't get me wrong, I do get cravings that come and go for certain things. Like, you know, one minute I'm like, no, 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 I don't want chocolate. I don't eat chocolate. Stay away from chocolate. Stay away from sugar. And then secretly, I'm binge eating chocolate, cupcakes, brownies, candy bars. And it's like, I want M&Ms. I just want chocolate, 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 chocolate. You know, I have my moments. I don't do it all the time. Again, human. I have those human moments, and I will binge eat and pig out on chocolate. I know that dark chocolate is healthier for you, but I don't always go for what's healthy when I'm doing the whole binge eating thing. I don't know why. It's just I get those cravings every once in a while, and I just pig out on them. But I do pay for it later because, you know, that sugar that I don't normally eat and a chocolate that's not really healthy for you does give me side effects. One of them is heartburn. I know I just had heartburn a little while ago during this video, but I didn't eat any chocolate. I don't know where that heartburn came from. But I do get, I'll get heartburn and I just don't feel good. And then I start to like hate myself. I'm like, why did you eat that chocolate? I'm feeling so fat. You should have never eaten that chocolate. It's like I get guilty for doing it. So I don't do it all the time, but I do have my moments. I have changed my eating habits to a more healthier and more cleaner choices and options. I even cut down on my meat intake, and I try to eat as organic as possible, and I just try to eat as healthy as possible because I know if I'm not eating healthy, it's going to affect all of the other symptoms that I have in my body and make certain things flare up. And you know, those are things I've been working on to get rid of the inflammation. So I don't want to cause the inflammation, and eating chocolate causes a lot of that inflammation as well. So if you're changing your eating habits and you're going from like Burger King, McDonald's to like fruit and salads and, you know, just cleaner choices, healthier choices, your body may feel like it's rejecting it and it doesn't want it. And it's not that it doesn't want it, it's that your body has to purge out all of that gunk because all of that junk that you ate turned into gunk. And the gunk is so much harder to purge and cleanse from your body. The process is so much like, it's so much bigger and longer to get all of it out when you start to put the cleaner natural stuff in. So you might start to experience the gas and the bloating and all that stuff, but you know, give yourself about a month to go through that change, that shift, and you know, your body should be better. It'll start to accept the change of food that you're putting into it, because you know, I remember when I stopped eating certain processed foods and stuff like that and started to eat more cleaner, I was like, what the hell? My stomach is bloated, it hurts. You know, I found myself in the bathroom more, and I was like, what's going on? I felt like crap. But, you know, it didn't even take me a whole month. It only took me about maybe a little bit longer than a week to start to feel better while eating better. And then everything started to change. So if you have digestion issues or IBS and you're struggling with that and you're not eating healthy, and then you switch to eating healthy, all of that stuff that you're dealing with, it probably won't go away, but it won't be so inflamed and it won't give you so many problems so often if you're eating cleaner and healthier. Also, here's a big struggle in diets is sudden weight gain or weight loss, especially in the belly area. And that's a plus for me when I lose weight in the belly area, because I always experience like bloating down there. You know, when you have an autoimmune disorder, you have a lot of inflammation in your body, and that inflammation carries over into your intestines, causing a lot of, you know, things down there to feel or look bloated. But when you're pretty much taking care of yourself and you're consistent with your diet changes by eating cleaner, your stomach, your belly will go down a little bit. It won't be so puffy and bloated. Also for me, this ascension has changed my sleep and my dreams. My dreams are crazy sometimes. I noticed that if I was to eat and go right to bed, I'll have like weird nightmares. I don't eat and go right to bed. I don't like to eat and then go to sleep. I like to eat early, like dinner early, and I definitely will not eat anything after 5, 6 o'clock. Okay, because I like to give myself many hours before I go to bed with not an empty stomach. Like, I drink water and stuff, and even throughout the night I drink water, but I don't like to have a full belly to go to bed. I wait a few hours because I like to go to bed feeling light. But this process will definitely change your sleep patterns, and you'll experience these unusual sleep patterns. I used to be able to sleep until like 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, but now I cannot sleep past 4 o'clock. I'm up between 2 and 4 a.m. every single day. I cannot sleep past 4 o'clock. I don't know why. It's just, it naturally just changed. My patterns just naturally changed. That's the new me. That's the time I wake up now. If I sleep until 6 o'clock, then I slept in. Also, I've noticed there are times when I have, like, I'll be tired all day long, all morning, all day, and then once the nighttime hits, I have energy. Like, where the hell did this energy come from? It's just like this burst of energy hit me. Then there's times when insomnia kicks in, and that really sucks. Insomnia sucks, you guys, because it makes me grumpy. If I can't sleep, it makes me grumpy. I already wake up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then insomnia? Oh no, I don't. I hate when insomnia kicks in. Usually I get the insomnia when the full moon is coming. I don't know why. It's like the moon energy keeps me awake. It does not want me to fall asleep. Even if I don't have monkey mind and I have nothing on my mind, I just cannot get to that euphoric feeling of drifting off to sleep, even if I listen to binaural beats or guided meditation. So now I'll either watch TV, or I'll read, or I'll journal, or I'll watch YouTube videos until I get tired and fall asleep. Also, I've experienced, as I consciously started to go through this awakening process, this ascension process, that I have very intense or unusual or wild dreams, or even visions that range from, you know, pleasant visions to very, very, very bizarre dreams, like crazy. And I dream in color and detail. I've heard people say, you don't dream in color, you dream in black and white. That's bull crap. I dream in color all the time, and in full detail. Like I could tell you a whole story in my dream. Like when I wake up, I could tell you everything as long as I remember. So I like to keep a book close by and a pen. And when I have these crazy dreams, I'll write them down. And if it's too long, because sometimes my dreams are so long and I can remember all of it when I'm first waking up, I'll just grab my cell phone and I'll start to record my dreams so that I can write it down later. And they are in full detail, as if I was in another realm, as me really living life somewhere else in a dream state. And it's probably because we are. Now, my husband, on the other hand, he's very prophetic. He has these dreams that it's like he's predicting the future, like he sees the future. Like a lot of the times, he's had dreams about people dying, and then like a couple days later, we'll find out that that person passed away. Or he'll have dreams about a fire in a certain place, or something happening at a certain place. And then all of a sudden on the news, he'll be like, oh my God, he'll call me in. He'll be like, look, because when he has these prophetic dreams, he writes them down and he dates them. And then when they come and they happen, he shows it to me. And it's really crazy. It really is, you guys. I really suggest that if you have any of these visions or dreams or anything like that, that you just start journaling, put a book by your bed and make a dream journal. And, you could piece together your dreams by writing a dream journal and going back in and reading what you dreamt about. Now remember, dreams are symbolic. So if you're dreaming about death or losing teeth or anything like that, losing your teeth doesn't mean you're going to die, but look at the symbolic meaning for death and teeth. If you dreamt about water, what does water symbolize, and stuff like that, like creativity, life. You just gotta kind of learn the symbolic meaning behind everything that you're dreaming about. That's why it's important that you write everything down so that you can decode it later. Another cool thing that has happened to me is astral projection. I don't know if any of you guys have ever experienced that before, and I was curious about it probably 2 years ago. I was curious about it. I put a guided meditation on, but it was a guided astral travel meditation, and it was wild. It really was. It was fun, and I wanted to do it again, but I don't always have that wild, astral travel feeling all the time, but I do get them quite often. And if you're interested in, astral travel, you can go onto YouTube and do the guided astral travel meditation and listen to it as it winds you down and puts you into that like meditative, like hypnotic stage. And then you have this really wild, hypnotic, bizarre experience. It's really fun. I know that some people have told me that they've meditated and they were able to like drift off and do the astral travel thing. I haven't been able to meditate and get myself into that state of mind to astral travel, but I'm working on it, and I guess it has to do with consistency and your mindset. A lot of the things that we're doing when we're dreaming, when we're sleeping, is we're literally releasing the old energy. We're doing a lot of energy work in our sleep. And if you are doing a lot of energy work in your sleep, that is truly a blessing, because it's a lot harder to do this energy work while awake. So if you're getting it done while you're sleeping, that's amazing, you guys. But for the most part, when you are going through this ascension, you will go through a great deal of a lot of your clearing while you're sleeping. A lot of that energy work is being done as you sleep. Okay, so the next thing on my list is psychic abilities. Increased psychic awareness and sensitivity, and extra sensory abilities. Those are some things you may experience as you go through this ascension process, through this awakening. You might experience heightened intuition and the awakening of the third eye. And you also might have some experiences with inner vision. And you know, other chakras might start to open up in your body, and you might even experience a Kundalini activation. Sometimes when you experience a Kundalini activation and those chakra centers start to open, you will experience things like interference with electrical appliances. I know I have, with electrical appliances, with like my laptop. You don't even want to know how many computers and laptops and iPads I've been through in the last couple of years. My husband's like, you're always breaking stuff. It's not that I'm breaking it. I'm not breaking it. My energy is breaking it. And, you know, you could be affecting things like your washer, dryer, refrigerator, your stove, all kinds of electrical appliances could be affected by your energy. When your energy is high, for some reason, it can interfere with these electronic devices. It's so bizarre, and they'll behave in these unusual ways that it'll make you be like, whoa, what's going on here? It's like crazy. Like for instance, today, my cell phone wasn't working. It froze up. It wouldn't unfreeze. Every time I got on it and tapped on something, it just froze. Then my laptop did the same thing when I went onto this to record. Hopefully this records properly, because it was giving me problems when I was doing a test record when I was trying to plug in the microphone, and I didn't plug in the microphone because it wouldn't work. But even this froze up on me. I was like, oh, what's going on? And then I remembered Mercury retrograde is in effect. So not only is my energy messing with these, you know, electronic devices, add in Mercury retrograde, and you know, that's a shit show right there. Here's another thing that my energy affects: light bulbs. The one in front of me, it keeps going. I don't know if you guys are catching that on the camera. It just keeps going like this. I don't know if you guys see the pulsating of the light. But throughout my whole house, not all the time, but there's times when my energy is high, and I guess it depends on, you know, if I'm angry, super happy, super sad. But it's like you're, whatever you're feeling, see, it just did it. Whatever you're feeling heightened, when your emotions are heightened, or sometimes when the energies are coming in, like the solar storms, stuff like that, when they're coming in and it affects my energy, I've noticed that the lights around the house, when I turn them on and I'll walk past them, they'll flicker. Or if I'm doing my makeup and the light is on and it's close to me, so it just keeps pulsating and pulsating. And then I'll walk away and I'll stand in another room and I'll watch it, and it just stays on. And it's like, this is the weirdest thing ever. And then I go back into the room and then it just starts to do the pulsating thing again. The light in my kitchen, my arm itches. The light in my kitchen, that one blows out a lot. I go in there and I blow that one out. The one above the sink, I blow that one out too. This one that I'm using, I touched it and it blew out. That's not the first time that I touched a light bulb and it blew out. It's so crazy, you guys. It's just so crazy. But it's not anything that you should be scared of. It's not ghosts, it's not spirits. I mean, it could be. That's another way that they try to communicate with you, to let you know that they're there. But it's not always paranormal. You know, it's your energy. Your energy is affecting it. And it's nothing that, you know, should scare you. So I don't know about you, but I know that I have experienced a very deep longing to go home. Like, I've always known that this is not my home, and I've always just, you know, I'm outside, especially in the summertime. I like to be outside and lay on the grass or lay in the tent with the, you know, the roof off with the screen. And I just like to look into the sky and look at all the stars. I like to look at the moon. I like to look at the sun. And I know that I'm not home by living here. I mean, I'm home because Earth is my home now, but it's not my home. Like, this is where I'm currently residing, but this is not my home. And I can feel that. I have a deep inner feeling that knows that Earth is not my home, you know? And I know that there are some people that have shared with me, you know, their feeling that Earth is definitely not their home as well. I mean, I still feel that Earth is not my home, but I don't have that strong urge like I used to when I was a kid. Like I kind of accepted like, okay, yeah, Earth is not my home. I am here for the time being, and I've learned to accept it. I just know that it's not my home, and I do find myself just like missing my actual home. When I was younger, I really like had a problem with accepting that this is home. Like I've never ever felt comfortable, and that's another reason I think I move around a lot, because I feel like maybe I'm looking for something. I'm not comfortable. I'm not home. I think that once I'm home, I'll feel comfortable again, but I'm not home. And I've had that feeling ever since I can remember, ever since I was a little girl. I've always felt like I didn't belong here. You know, this is perhaps the most difficult and challenging of all the conditions that a lot of people experience, because if you don't feel comfortable and you don't feel home, you don't feel like you want to move on. How can you move on when you're not feeling comfortable enough to move on? You may experience a deep and overwhelming desire to just leave the planet and return home. Now, this is not a suicidal feeling, but I mean, it could be. But for me, it's not a suicidal feeling. It's just like I miss being home. But I have spoke to many people that have tried to commit suicide because they know they are not home, and they want to leave this dimension, or to leave this realm. Now, the next thing on my list I want to cover is love. See, I told you guys this video is long. I think we're going to go into a 2-hour video. I don't even know, but I feel like this has been long. But the next thing I want to cover in this video is love. Increased feelings of divine and unconditional love. Moments of gratitude and deep appreciation for life. All of a sudden, you just love life. You have this appreciation for everything around you and for everything that you have. You might also experience this increased peace of mind, peace of life, peace of everything, clarity, understanding, and compassion, and this profound revelation and insights about everything around you, just everything that's going on in your life. You might even experience a sense of oneness and interconnectedness, feeling more connected with nature, other people, animals, the universe, spirit, source, God, creator, whoever you believe in. You might even experience or have these encounters with these angelic beings and these cosmic beings, these multi-dimensional beings. I think a lot of the orbs that I've captured were multi-dimensional beings and or elementals. And you might even have this awareness of the presence of non-physical entities or energies, maybe spirit loved ones that are now crossed over to the spirit realm. A sudden increase in synchronicities. I talked about a little bit about synchronicity a moment ago, but these are different synchronicities and meaningful coincidences that occur frequently when you least expect them. Noticing things like 1111 or other repeating numbers. It doesn't have to be 1111. People experience like 1234, 111, 1212, 333, 414, 144, eights all the time, everywhere you go. It's just, or you might even see like maybe you have this connection with 11 and you see 11s all the time, but you also see the number 29, which also equals 11. It's like these synchronicities are crazy. And it doesn't even have to be numbers. You might even see pennies, feathers, smiling faces. You might find rocks with smiling faces on it. I've shared my experience and showed you guys the rocks that I found that had smiling faces on it. I even have upstairs on my floor, I was cleaning one day and I bent over to pick something up and there's a smiley face on my floor. I'm gonna have to maybe I could take a picture of it and post it in this video and try to integrate that somehow so I can show you guys. And then I'll also take a picture of the rock with the smiling face and show that in the video too. But all of these things, all of these numbers, they have a significant or meaningful reason for popping up and showing themselves in your life. And you see them at the strangest moments. Like you don't even, you weren't even really curious to know what time it was, but you just happened to glance over and there it is, 11:11 again for the 15th time this week, and you just keep seeing it. You might even start meeting people in synchronistic ways, which develop into these significant relationships to help you grow spiritually. Now, if you identify with any of these conditions that I went over today, just know that you are not alone. Most of us are likely experiencing many of these symptoms that I spoke about today. And we are all in this journey together, okay? But we're walking the path alone. We're in the journey together, but we're walking the path alone. And the first step is to spend time becoming aware of what you are feeling, okay? Then you will be able to begin the process of examining why your own symptoms are manifesting for you. And you can kind of like puzzle piece everything together. And try journaling. Journaling will help you with all of this and help you kind of make sense of all of this. Also, another thing that you guys could do is meditate. Meditation is key in this ascension process. It will help you connect to your higher self, your divine spiritual team, your ancestors, your angels, your ascended masters. I don't know if I just said that. I think I just said that. I think I'm losing my mind. I think I've been recording this video too long. But yes, meditation is key. All of you guys, please. Also, drinking water, water with lemon, water with lime, eating clean, eating healthy, keeping your vibration high, being positive, being happy, being love. Love is the law. Be love. If you hold a high vibration, none of this stuff can bother you. But if you carry a low vibration, all of this stuff will attack you. Now, please, I invite you to share your experiences in the comments down below. And only if you choose to, only if you want to. I promise you, others will resonate with you. It will show them that they are not alone in this journey, in this process. Your thoughts are important because they validate others who might not have space to talk openly about their own experience. You're opening doors for other people by sharing your experience. And I welcome you to share your experience because I love to hear how people, how they acclimate as they go through this ascension process. And if you want to talk to me privately, my email is in the description box down below. Feel free to email me. Just know that if I don't answer you right away, it's because I have a lot of other emails ahead of you, and I will definitely eventually get back to you. I get back to everybody. And also, don't forget, if you want to order a numerology reading or a card reading from me, my email is also down below in the description area with all the information on how to order. Also, I go over everything that I read in a numerology report. It's very long. It's about 10 to 12 pages long, and I send it to you via email, and I also send you a link so that you can print it out. The card readings that I do are the tarot card reading, past, present, future. I do past life readings, and I also do angel card readings. Also, I'm opening my shop back up, and I'm going to be offering other things like my fairy jars, my witching jars, and, some other things that I'm not going to go over in this video because this video is already long enough. Just know that my shop is opening up, and I may also, promote a few of those things in some of my videos in the future. Last but not least, if you're looking for some new music, I have a link in the description area down below that will take you to this new age music created by this group called Black Alchemy, and it's pretty interesting. Go check them out. They emailed me some of their links, and I was listening to them, and I was like impressed. There's this new age music is it's trendy, it's popular, it's becoming popular. And, their music is marketed to people that are going through the ascension. So I want to send all of you guys that watched my video and stuck it through this whole long video, once again, lots of healing energy, lots of love, and lots of light. Mwah! Many blessings to all of you.